Every video here on 616 Entertainment is made possible by my supporters over on Patreon. If you enjoyed the show here today, consider signing up. You'll get early access, exclusive videos and podcasts, and more. Pro Wrestling Tees has the merch. As always, thank you for watching. What's up, Dan-Dans? My name is Ian. Welcome to 616 Nitro. It is time for the 4th annual King of the Ring Extreme. Here on youtube.com/616 Entertainment, we have done 3 of these tournaments in the past, with the 2021 winner being Edge. 2022 belonged to Kane. 2023 was won by Chris Jericho. Here in 2024, we are going by the same rules. This is completely AI simulated in WWF SmackDown Just Bring It. I will not be playing any of these matches. Whatever happens, happens. No spoilers, but as always, the winner of last year's tournament is on the bracket this year. Chris Jericho will be involved, meaning he has the opportunity to become the first ever 2-time King of the Ring Extreme tournament winner. Place your bets on every match in the comments. Our opening contest here is between Dean Malenko and Steve Blackman. Now, why is this called King of the Ring Extreme? It's because every match is a gimmick match. And as you can see, this opening contest between the Lethal Weapon and the Man of 1,000 Holds is an I Quit match. That microphone being in the ring, that microphone in the hands of Dean Malenko. In the hands of any other man is just a microphone. But in the hands of Dean Malenko, it is the tool of possibly winning this match. Who will get their opponent to give up? Verbally, that is. We're not looking for a tap out. We're not looking for a referee stoppage. One of these men will scream the words, "I quit," into the microphone. Now, what's really fun about getting in the comments and placing your bets is you might, put your pick on a horse in the early going that it could pay off. You could pick the winner each and every time, or you might find out that you have no fucking idea what you're talking about and you pick the loser every time. That's a lot of fun. These guys are just trading quit attempts back and forth, not doing a ton of damage. I'm gonna need to see some high-level kicks from Steve Blackman. I'm going to need to see Dean Malenko lock on that Texas Cloverleaf before one of these men will give up. This much I know. Referee Earl Hebner is in there, not to call the action. There are no disqualifications. There are no countouts. He's just got to be there to verify which man quits, as Dean Malenko lands a beautiful vertical suplex. Now, Dan, as this season of 616 Nitro is going to be special, like every season is. We're playing through AEW Fight Forever. Look at the big sidewalk slam, an inverted sidewalk slam there from the Lethal Weapon. We got to get through the King of the Ring Extreme over the next couple weeks. We will be rewriting the UFC career of CM Punk, and I am very excited about that. I have no fucking idea how that's gonna go. Oh, look at that super kick there from the Lethal Weapon, who's gonna look for the victory once again. This is quite a ridiculous exchange here in the early going. Like I said, we're gonna need to see some damage. There's a big old mule kick there from the one and only Dean Malenko, who's looking for the win yet again. Dan-Dans, we might be in for a long outing here in the opening contest of the 2024 King of the Ring Extreme, as Dean Malenko goes up and over the top rope, and these guys are going back and forth, in and out of the ring. God fucking damn it. Oh, man. You know what? We tend to get a lot of repeated match types here in the King of the Ring Extreme. Last year, I think we had a number of street fights. We had a number of ladder matches. I would like to see the first ever table match. I would like to see Hell in a Cell, Steel Cage. Where are these match types that we're not seeing? What's the deal with King of the Ring Extreme? Are they really repeating match types out there? Dean Malenko looking for a win. Steve Blackman's not gonna give it to him. Malenko hasn't done enough damage just yet, and mother of God, you can't just go for the win off every punch, guys. Earl Hebner, give them some advice. Steve Blackman with a neck breaker, a running neck breaker. That's what we... God fucking damn it. Oh, jeez, Aloo. Dennis, did you hear that rumor going around that Sony is workshopping a new PlayStation handheld? I mean, it's a verified rumor that they're workshopping it. That doesn't mean it's going to come out. It doesn't mean it's going to be something that you and I can buy. But it's certainly something that's in production. And it is, you know, this is something that Sony has done in the past. There have been a number of handhelds that they have workshopped. You know, successors to the PSP, successors to the Vita. And obviously none of them have hit the market. But this new one, I've got my fingers crossed because I'm a big handheld gaming guy. I'm a big PlayStation guy. I would love to see a new handheld from PlayStation. Snapmare takeover there. Dean Malenko. Keep the offense going here. Keep Steve Blackman grounded. Keep working on this man. Earn that quit. Earn that give up. Looking for a pin here, but that's not going to get the job done. Steve Blackman looking for that microphone. He's going to use it as a weapon. Now they call up and over the top rope goes Dean Malenko. They call Steve Blackman the lethal weapon as it is, you know? This guy doesn't need an object in his hand. He doesn't need a ladder. Up and over the top rope again. He doesn't need a table. He doesn't need a steel chair. In this match, he does need a microphone, and that's about it. If he can get the man of 1,000 holds to scream the words, "I quit," into that microphone, Steve Blackman moves on to the second round. A big old crucifix, and that's not going to get the job done, but it is going to tick up the special meter of Dean Malenko, the master of the Texas Cloverleaf. And remember, if he can lock on that Cloverleaf, if he can damage not only the knees, not only the spine. Here it is! Here it is! Dean Malenko, Texas Cloverleaf, pumps it twice. Steve Blackman in a bad way. If Malenko can go for the win here, he will secure the victory. Not just yet. Steve Blackman screams no into the microphone. Did you hear him? I heard him. Steve Blackman screamed, no, not just yet. Big knee to the solar plexus there. Steve Blackman is reeling. The lethal weapon facing lethal consequences here in King of the Ring Extreme. Now, one of the reasons I don't show the bracket is because I think it's more fun that way. I want you guys, look at this triangle armbar here from Malenko. That's about 967 holds we've seen already. He's got a couple dozen more in his repertoire. Keep your eyes peeled. A little bit of slowdown here. Double, oh man, double underhook powerbomb. I thought he might go for a backbreaker. That was hold number 968. Malenko, forearm to the back of the head, 969, 970 off the back. Such a stupid bit. I have to think at this juncture, after these punches to the head, Steve Blackman has had enough. If Dean Malenko now goes for a cover, maybe off of this big vertical suplex, we may have a winner. Earl Hebner is telling him he's already damaged Dean. I think you can pick up the win. Blackman's ready to go. Or is he? Rushing headbutt. Steve Blackman throwing a punch at a ghost there, apparently. Dean Malenko was nowhere to be found. Now you gotta wonder why Dean Malenko didn't open this match with this much offense. He was obsessed with the microphone in the early going, and now he seems to have forgotten that it exists. Into the corner goes Blackman. Here comes a rushing Dean Malenko leapfrog elbow drop from the top rope. The action has reached a fever pitch. Jawbreaker. Hold number 999. We are getting there. Just one more. And Malenko will have proven that he's the man of 1,000 holds, but Blackman might stop him in his tracks. Holds 999. Dean Malenko lives to see another day and another hold. That's a repeat on the suplex, so that's not 1,000. I'm not going to count that. Not going to count it just yet. What a super kick. Malenko reeling. Forearms to the face. Off. No, Malenko just going to stop in his tracks. He refuses to hit the ropes. On the other side, will he refuse to give up? Yes, he will. Malenko still here. This opening contest of the 2024 King of the Ring Extreme Tournament. Absolutely boiling now. Rushing forearm. Blackman in a bad way, and that knee to the gut may have driven all the air out of the lungs of the Lethal Weapon. Go for the win, Malenko. Look at this special camera angle for the atomic drop. They call it an asshole breaker, and for a good reason, because that was the 1,000th hold. Dean Malenko has lived up to his name. Steve Blackman doesn't know what hit him. It was Hurricane Malenko. Back suplex, and there comes the Cloverleaf once again. I think I heard the spine give way. Earl Hebner, listen close, because this one's over.
In the air. Gave up. I don't believe it.
Here is your winner, Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko moves on to the second round, Dan Dans.
Weighing 220 pounds, from Mobile, Alabama, Crash.
Dan Dans, our second match here in the tournament will be between this man, Crash Holly, and a competitor that Crash knows very, very well. If you've got fast fingers, make your prediction in the comments. Who will be Crash's opponent?
Weighing 235 pounds, from Mobile, Alabama, Hardcore Holly.
If you guessed Hardcore Holly, you are correct. So Chris Farley from Billy Madison, that is correct. Hardcore Holly versus Crash Holly. Now, Dan Dans, this is not an I Quit match. This is not a steel cage match. This is not Hell in a Cell. We are looking at tables, ladders, and chairs. Look at this, the weapons outside the ring. Now, I will make it clear in the early going, as we have dueling tables from dueling Howleys. Howleys? Dueling tables from dueling Howleys. God damn it. This is not the type of TLC match where there's a gimmick hanging above the ring. There's no briefcase, there's no belt, there's no money. There's no contract that says King of the Ring round 2. This is pinfall or submish. It might even be just pinfall. Or it could be, instead of musical chairs, maybe this is musical tables as these two fucking knuckleheads. Oh my goodness, will we see the first ever table bump in King of the Ring Extreme history? Hardcore Holly with a powerbomb through a table on Crash. Now, if you can't make these two apart in your head, here's what you gotta know. Crash Holly weighs in at well over 400 pounds, and he is also the smaller man. If that doesn't make any sense to you, just keep in mind that this is professional wrestling. It's all stupid, and then it should make sense. Earl Hebner is probably wondering, like we all are, what in the fuck is happening here? Two guys wearing damn near the exact same gear. Crash Holly puts Hardcore on a table and then walks around. Doesn't seem super interested in putting his cousin through a table, which he should, because he knows that his cousin does not play fair. I shouldn't say play fair. All is fair in King of the Ring Extreme. Putting your cousin through a table is that's just what happens. These brackets are fully at random. The only thing that I do, big scoop slam on the outside of the ring. The only thing that I make sure of is that last year's winner, Breakdown, is on the bracket. So, Edge pulled out the win in 2021, but that doesn't mean he gets to be in every tournament. Kane pulls out the win in 2023. Take 3, you ready? Kane pulls out the win in 2022. That doesn't mean he gets to be on every bracket. But last year's winner, Jericho, is here. When will you see him? Hey, man, that lies in the fate of the bracket. Right now, we have two Hollies here. One of them looking for a steel chair, and he's going to wait for his cousin to get in the ring. Will he crack Hardcore Holly with the steel chair? He being Crash Holly, pronouns, pal. This is a weird fucking tournament, guys. I don't think I don't think we've ever seen behavior quite like this. What are you guys doing? Maybe this is more entertaining than just a straight up match. Both of them just seem intent on setting up furniture. And then putting it down and picking it up and putting it down. Big clothesline in the corner. Crash has Hardcore right where he wants him for a second. A power bomb from Hardcore Holly, who picks up a table and gets clotheslined for his deeds. Oh man! Hardcore Holly I think he tried to hit Earl Hebner with a chair. It might be frustration setting in from the top. Double axe handle through a table. Crash Holly, what? No, not even a 1 count. You gotta put more damage on this man if you want to get rid of him. Hardcore Holly wants to move on to the second round of this tournament. Crash Holly's gonna need to go through at least 5 to 6 more tables. Holy Christ. As always, I hope you got your bets in. Hope you placed your predictions down in the comments. Who moves on to face Dean Malenko in the second round? Will it be Crash? Will it be Hardcore?
I've never seen a fight like
We aren't quite comfortable enough to call him Bob Holly at this juncture. He is still a hardcore gentleman. Big kick to the gut and a right hand puts Crash Holly down. Bob Holly throws a drop kick at a Ghost for good measure. Up on the table, down off the table. What are you guys doing? Ringing out the arm there is Hardcore Holly. Crash Holly spins out of it, could be looking at a forearm of his own. And that's how you piss off a big strong man like Hardcore Holly, who says, bring it, pal. You're nothing. Boom, he rings out that arm once again. Crash Holly, you know, he likes to hit that big old finish that he's got. I don't know what it is, but I assume it has something to do with his arms. And Hardcore Holly, with those attacks, is trying to make sure that Crash Holly, you know, can't hit that big finisher. And if he doesn't, how does he expect to put Hardcore away? Look at him making muscles like Stevie Fierce. Big scoop slam on the outside of the ring. Big scoop slam on the outside of the ring. And those black mats, like we always say on GM Showdown, black mats are one of the hardest kinds of mats that there are. Don't get it twisted. There's concrete underneath. And Hardcore Holly carefully evades the table. Crash Holly seems convinced that if he walks at the table long enough that he will phase through it. Bob Holly gets in the crowd. He wants to say hello to the Dan-Dans, who bought a ticket to have a front row seat to the 2024 King of the Ring Extreme Tournament. Clothesline and down goes Hardcore Holly. Now, this is a tables, ladders, and chairs match. There are no countouts. There are no disqualifications. But I do not believe that a pinfall can be secured outside the ring. I think these two gentlemen will need to be inside. Crash in the corner. Hardcore looking for a table.
This TLC match will be an important match.
Now, sometimes I just like to sit out so we can hear some of the terrible commentary. Look out, Bob Holly throws Crash nowhere. I like to sit out so we can hear some SmackDown Just Bring It commentary, because everybody knows it's horrible. Everybody knows that this is some of the worst commentary that's ever been in a wrestling game. So I sat out there for what had to be a good 20 seconds. Michael Cole and Taz didn't say a goddamn thing. We saw Hardcore Holly put Crash Holly on a table and then just leave. He was like, all right, that's where I wanted you. How do you like me now? And then he left. I think there might be a little bit of collusion here, to quote Rodney Ruxin, between the Holly cousins. I don't think they could agree on who was going to move on to the second round, and neither one really wants to put a power bomb. And Crash Holly might be dead. I was going to say, I don't think either one of these guys really wants to hurt the other. But then Hardcore Holly powerbombed his cousin on the floor. Oh my god! Snaps his neck down. And if Hardcore Holly wanted to teach Crash a lesson, I think he has. If Hardcore can put Crash in the ring, he's got to win. Look at the suplex! Not only was that outside the ring, but I think they may have landed on a steel chair as well. Clubbing blow to the back. Come on, show some fucking mercy. End this. Let's get this fucking show on the road. Because we got to get through the whole first round here, man. The whole first round of the King of the Ring Extreme Tournament will be contested this week, with the semifinals and the finals coming next week. Crash Holly with a ladder, and now he's putting the boots to his cousin, Hardcore Holly, up and over the top rope. And that's the last thing we needed. We need these guys in the ring, because that's where a win can occur. Get in the ring, Bob. Get in the ring, Bob. Thank you. Hardcore Holly getting cracked with Hardcore Holly cracking Crash with a steel chair. Baba Bomb! Why does Hardcore Holly have that in his moveset? I'm not quite sure. Steel chair! Steel chair! And now Hardcore Holly turning his attention to the legs of Crash. Crash goes... Oh, Crash goes to the outside with the chair. And he doesn't get anything done. Gets nothing done with that. The Trusty Blue, the t-shirts available right now over on ProWrestlingTees.com/616Entertainment. Breakdown from Crash Holly. Go for the cover, kid. Move on to the second round and make yourself famous. Dean Malenko is waiting in the wings. Oh, Crash Holly somehow missed with the ladder. I think the top and bottom of that ladder may have caught the ropes. Don't do it. Hardcore's got him where he wants him. Falcon Arrow! See you later. Count it, Earl. And on the end of the Falcon Arrow, Hardcore Holly moves on to the second round of King of the Ring Extreme.
From the Red Hook section of Brooklyn, New York, Taz!
Now I'm going to play it safe, and I'm just going to cut out the intro where they showed his entrance video and they played his song uninterrupted. But as you can see, the former ECW World Heavyweight Champion, the originator of the FTW title, the Human Suplex Machine, Taz, has entered the King of the Ring Extreme Tournament. He will be taking on The Game, Triple H. Now, see, I waited for Howard Finkel to do it, but he took too fucking long to get there. And WWE is very, very picky about their entrance music and about their entrance video, so I can't just let it run, because they'll come for it. But The Game is here, the King of Kings. I remember this entrance was such a huge deal. The lighting effects on Triple H, the way the water looks when he spits it out. Check this out. You ready for this? Yeah, dude. It doesn't look like much now, but in 2001, when this game came out, that was a huge fucking deal. And I'm still impressed with the lighting effects now. Now, this is not an I Quit match like we saw in the opening contest. This is not a TLC match. What we're looking at here is a table match. Taz or Triple H will move on to the second round only if they can smash their opponent through a table, as Triple H smashes Taz across his goddamn knee. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Big vertical suplex. Look, they don't call him the Human Suplex Machine for nothing. As Triple H hits the reversal, Taz into the corner, and H has got the wood already. Oh no, we could be out of here in record time.
I don't think anyone can stand that move.
Yeah, obviously you couldn't stand it, Taz. Holy shit. In a matter of seconds, Triple H moves on to round two. That was kind of unbelievable, but actually quite fitting for the time. I don't know if anybody remembers back, 24 years ago in 2000, there was a time when Taz was the current ECW World Heavyweight Champion while he was under a WWF contract. And Triple H, the WWF champion at the time, he faces off with Taz, squashes him, embarrasses him, because of course he did. It was Triple H and it was 2000. And we just saw a repeat of that right here. Taz didn't stand a chance. Once again, I had to cut out Jericho's entrance video because I've gotten in trouble for that before. Reigning defending Intercontinental Champion and reigning defending King of the Ring Extreme Champion, by the way. We're seeing another ECW World Heavyweight Champion in Raven, the man who is the master of the Even Flow DDT. He's from the Bowery. Can Raven take out last year's winner? and the current Intercontinental Champion. Only time will tell in this tables Russian leg sweep. This tables, ladders, and chairs match. Now, will Raven and Jericho have, bigger, brighter brains in their head than Hardcore and Crash Holly? Again, only time will tell. Place your bets in the comments if you have not already. Who wins, Chris Jericho or Raven? Raven gets turned around, a little chopski, nothing there. Arm drag on the return. Raven rushes in, takes a kick to the gut. A forearm puts him down. Drop kick from the reigning champion. This action is hot. This is what we wanted to see from those Holly brothers. This is what we wanted to see from Dean Malenko. Oh, and a knee drop through the table. Raven in trouble early. Dan, it's really funny. If you didn't know, I live in a condo. There's somebody in the laundry room right now doing laundry. They're probably wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Shouting this goddamn commentary. Goodness gracious. Arm drag and down goes Raven. Snap suplex on the floor. Holy jeez. Raven he tries to throw Jericho into the corner, maybe over to the announce table, but is stopped. The momentum is halted by the hardware there. Jericho's got Raven right where he wants him, and it's Jericho who gets tossed into the ring, quite unceremoniously, I might add. Raven might be, he's getting his bearings on the outside of the ring. He got smashed through a table, he took a snap suplex. He's the king of this sort of deal, you know? A no-rules match where weapons are abundant. Raven's rules was a massive deal back in WCW. But I think the master of the even flow DDT is learning that this is not WCW. This is 616 Nitro. And Chris Jericho won last year's King of the Ring tournament for a reason, and that man right there is a big part of the reason. The Canadian crippler, Chris Benoit, will make his presence felt. Now, if I did not mention it, which I don't believe I did, this is the main event of the evening. Today's episode of 616 Nitro will conclude on the back of this match. Who punches their ticket to the second round? Jericho gets pulled outside the ring by his fucking ass. Now, Benoit came out and has accomplished absolutely nothing. Will Jericho need the assistance or maybe he won't? Raven exits the ring and puts himself in harm's way, as Benoit could have locked on the crippler crossface there, decided not to. I'm not quite sure why. Raven tosses Jericho into the corner, big clothesline, bulldog as Earl Hebner takes a bump. Not what you want to do as a referee. Short Russian leg sweep. As a referee, you're in there to either, call for the bell when someone has been put through a table, to call for the bell after a 3 count has been signified. Jericho drives those shoulders into the ribcage. Earl Hebner's not out there to be taking bumps. And we will find out if that will bite Raven in the hind end. What if he hits short Russian leg sweep? What if Raven hits that even flow DDT, and because he smacked into Earl Hebner earlier, Hebner might not be in a rush to count those shoulders down of Jericho. You know what I'm saying? Elbow to the downed opponent here. Jericho whips Raven into the corner. There's a chop to follow it up. Raven goes behind. Chris Jericho with a hammerlock into the side headlock. Wraps around, pulls the legs out. For a TLC match, we're seeing some pretty technical action. 1, 2, and no, that's a kick out from Raven. The corners are getting a lot of action here. Diving fist drop, and it looks like he may have connected on the hip there of the reigning defending Intercontinental Champion. You know what? He's not the defending Intercontinental Champion. He's the defending King of the Ring Extreme winner, just to clarify. As Benoit, snap suplex, Benoit tries to get involved, and Raven now is in a big, bad way, because one more move from Jericho should probably earn him a Lion Salt finisher. And not many guys kick out of the Lion Salt. We all know that to be a fact. But doesn't matter. Raven with a fist drop once again. I think Jericho able to avoid most of that one. Look out! Lion Salt! Earl Hebner sees 1, he sees 2, and he sees 3. Chris Jericho moves on to the second round. Dan Dans, this has been 616 Nitro. Tune in next week to find out who will become the 2024 King of the Ring Extreme winner. I love you, and I'll see you then.